Welcome, everybody. Super excited today to be talking about how to display your Power BI report inside of Razor's Edge NXT. Yesenia, why don't you come up on stage for at least this part? Actually, we can stay up here the whole time. We're going to have a wonderful tag team episode for you all today. I'd like to introduce my friend that I have made through the developer community. We talked about having co-conspirators, and so I've had some fun co-conspirating with Yesenia over the last 18 months. So we're really excited to bring you this session. It's going to be pretty fast paced. We have a lot to cover in our 30 minutes. So just a little preview of what we're going to be going through today. I'm going to first just introduce this concept of a sky tile, add-in tile, which is what we're going to be using to display the report inside of Razor's Edge. And we're going to show you how you can display your Power BI report as a tile. And then we're actually going to get into like the sleeves rolled up. Let's build a tile together. So I dropped a couple of links in the chat for you all. We'll repost those as we go through. But as I'm going through this, if you have a browser window, you can start opening up some tabs and get ready to play along. So, a Power BI report, and this isn't just exclusive to Power BI. You can have other things embedded into different tile add-ins, but this is the technology that allows you to display this report. It is called a tile add-in. So if you're in the developer documentation, you will find underneath the Sky sorry, it's underneath the Power BI section. There's information in there around putting a tile in. And here we're showing just like a specific tile like that would show on a main page, but there's different types of add-ins. So we're going to show what a full page looks like. And so at the end of the day, this is what we're going to be working on displaying. So we're taking just a Power BI report. This is displaying into a full page add-in. And when you're in here, you can click around, acts just like a Power BI report. I saw Ed, your question for the premium and pro license. I'm not sure which license you need, but I know that you do need a license to be able to see the report inside of Razor's Edge NXT. So that's called out on a slide that we have down a little bit further. And here you go. Like, you beat me to the punch, right? So some of the prerequisites that you have for today's exercise. You have to have a Sky developer account. Hopefully you have access to the Sky developer cohort sandbox. You'll probably want some places to take some notes. We're going to have you're going to do some copying of code and then pasting that in. So that'll be fantastic. And then if you do have a Power BI report that's published to the Power BI service, we can use that report as our example today. If not, we have a sample report that folks can use for that. So, so in the model of like show and then teach, I'm going to just do a super quick walkthrough of what Yesenia is going to then do the live demo and work with you all along. So all of these slides are in the docs. So if you also want to have that downloaded, opened up into a new tab, you can do that. But I'm just going to like really quickly walk through this, and then we'll go at a slower pace as we go through the build with together. So you're going to go to the developer.blackbaud.com/apps, and we're actually going to build out an app. So there's going to be a couple of questions that are in there that you'll have to fill out when you do the app. We'll go over what those things are, but you're going to have to, there's 4 things. You're going to have to give your application a name, a description, a publisher, and then a URL. So we'll go through those pieces. Once we've created an app, we're going to grab some data and some information off of that app. The key part there is getting our application ID. Then we're going to locate that Power BI report ID. So we're essentially getting that report, we're getting the information where that report is published, and then we're just going to say, hey, we want to show that inside of Razor's Edge. And I'll say we're talking about this in the context of Razor's Edge, just because it's easier than me listing out all of the products. But any of the products that support the Sky add-ins and this type of tile, you can do the same activity. So in Financial Edge or grant making, there's other places you can do it. But so you'll hear us refer to Razor's Edge, but we love all the products that have this capability. So we'll show you where to find your Power BI report ID and the pieces that we're going to need to copy out of that report ID. We'll drop this in the chat. If you need a report, you can go. Actually, we can actually just use that straight up report ID. We'll get to that. But we'll provide you a report if you don't have a report ID. And then to help us build the parameters that are needed in the app, we actually have a little form to do this. It takes out some of the technical pieces of the work. So we really just have like an easy form to kind of walk through. Once you fill out that form, you're going to get an email courtesy of our friend Ashley Moose, who's set up a Power Automate process to take what you put in that form and to send you the 2 bits of information you're going to need to build out your tile. There's 2 parts to building the app. We're gonna do 2 add-ins. So we're gonna have 1 app, but we'll have multiple add-ins in that app. And with that app, all we're doing is creating a button or a link inside of Razor's Edge that then takes you to that report. So it's kind of like we have to build a navigational element to get to the report. So that's why we have 2 different pieces of that get built into that app. And then when we get done, we should have a process that looks like this. Although the screenshot is a little dated, it doesn't have the new homepage, but you'll easily be able to see where on your homepage you'll be able to find that button and be able to navigate to that report. All right, so with that, I'm going to stop sharing the slides and have you sing it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yep.
Oh, perfect. Oh, thank you so much for being here, everyone. I'm really excited to do this with you today because what we are doing here, these small steps can help us build a data-driven culture in our organizations. So I've been using Blackbaud NXT for a couple of, also more than a year, and I've been working in data analytics and using different business intelligence tools for more than 8 years. So right now I am a business intelligence analyst at California Baptist University. And as you know, the impact of data and how we use it can make it accessible, make a huge difference in helping our team or organization to meet their goals or purpose. So before we jump into the steps, I want to show you what the final result looks like in the live version, so you will know what we are working towards. So let me share my screen. Okay, now you can see my screen. So when I go to Blackbaud NXT and I go to my home page, you will see a section on the right side called Add-ins. Under that, there is a link. We're going to use this link specifically, Constituent Revenue Dashboard. If I click here, it will open my Power BI dashboard. So that's our goal today, getting the dashboard up and running in the system. So for this session, we're going to be using this example, constituent revenue dashboard, that it shows exactly how things work. So let's start. So we need to go to our developer account first. There is a link that we provide earlier. And we need to click New Application. We have to create a new application. Here we need to add the name of our organization. This can be an internal name, and it won't be seen for the end user in Blackbaud NXT, Razor's Edge, or Financial Edge. Here we can add the details or the description of the application. Here will be the name, usually is our organization name. And here, application website URL usually is the main website of our app, of our organization. I have here an example, the one that we're going to walk through today. Let me show you how it looks like. So for this one, for example, we add BBDev Days 2025 just as an example. And this app is for presenting, well, in this case. And here I add the URL for my own organization. Once we complete that step, the application will look like this. So we're going to have this part here. And what we need from here is to copy the application ID. We need to keep this link on the site, which you can copy into a notepad or a Word document, because we are going to use this in a later step. Then we have to go to our Power BI service and open the dashboard that we want to publish or embed in our Power BI and on Blackbaud solution. We have to make sure that we are opening the report object rather than the semantic model. So we need to open this one. And then from there, we need to drop down the file menu and select Embed Report, Website Portal. It will pop up this, and we need to copy the link to embed this content. I will copy all of this. However, from this link, we just need all the numbers or characters after the report ID. So from here. But anyway, I will just make sure to copy all of them in my notepad. But at the end, I will just need all the numbers after the report ID. So the next step is to use the form that we have in the Sky URL builder. It's a link that we shared earlier. So make sure to open this link and be on this page. And we're going to start building the URL. We click Start Now. Select the Blackbaud solution for the Sky add-in. We're going to work in Razor's Edge NXT. Select the extension point for the add-in. We have to select here Page Add-in Custom Sky Page. Will the page be accessed through another action extension point? Yes, I need an action to access a page. Enter the name of the action to access a custom page. So this is a name that the end user will be able to see and will click on the access page in the home page in Blackbaud NXT. So we are going to use, for this example, Constituent Revenue Dashboard here. Make sure to copy this value for the step 4 in your Word document or Notepad as well, because we're going to use this later. Step 5, enter the name of the add-in using the page extension point. Same, this is referring to the add-in name inside a Sky application. So we're going to use the step 5 later as well. So we need to make sure to copy the name in our Notepad or Word document. So the name that we are using for this example is Constituent Revenue Dashboard Page. Now, here is where we're going to use the application ID. So we need to go to our Notepad or to developer application and make sure to copy this application ID here. So we are using Microsoft Power BI report. And now here is where we need to copy the Power BI report ID. So let me share this with you. Sure. Remember that we copy the Power BI report ID. So this is the ID that I copy on my Notepad. So what I need is just only the numbers from here to the end. So I will copy that. I will put it here in step 8. Just make sure I don't have empty or blank space. And then here, you need to enter your email address because you're going to receive an email from Ashley Moose with the add-in URL. In that case, I will use my email. And then you hit submit.
And so you send your, while we're waiting for the magic email to come back from Ashley, can you just walk through those steps again? I know people were saying that we were going super fast, which we are going super fast. But we want to, we'll review it again. I think that we're doing okay on time.
Sure. Okay. So remember, we need to go first to our developer account and create a new application. Okay, let me show you an example how this will look like. So we need to fill the application name. This name, the end user won't be able to see it. This is just for the application. And this is a description of our application. This is the organization name, usually is our organization name. And the application website URL is the main website of our organization. And then we just click save, and we should see this part. So where we have the application ID, that is the ID that we're going to need to use in the Sky Ad Builder. So make sure to copy this ID. So once we have this, we need to go and open our Power BI solution in Power BI Service. So if I go to my workspace, I will see my object solution rather than the semantic model. I need to open this one. I need to click on File, Embed Report, Website or Portal, and here I will get a link for my Power BI report. I have to copy all this link in my Notepad because I will use this later. And then let me go back to the Sky Add-in Builder. It will be this one. Let me show you this again. So we're going to start building our Sky URL builder. So we are working in Razor's Edge. Then we need to select the solution. Apart from Razor's Edge, we're going to select the page add-in for the extension point we're going to be using. So for this example, it will be page add-in custom Sky. This one. Then we need to select yes, I need an action to access the page. And in the step 4, we need to enter the name of the actions to access the custom page. The name that we're going to enter here is the name that the end user will click to access the page on home, like here. When we go back here, this is what the end user will be able to see. So for this example, we're using constituent revenue dashboard. And we're going to use this name later, so we need to copy this in our Word document or Notepad. And then for the step number 5, we need to enter the name of the add-in using the page extension point. This is referring to the add-in name inside the Sky application. So for this example, we are using the name constituent revenue page. So we also need to keep this name in our Word document or our Note app because we're going to use this later. Here, we need to copy the ID, the application ID from our app that we created before in Razor's Edge. So I will get this, and I will copy that here. Select the type of add-in. So we're using Power BI. I will click here. And here we have to add the report ID. What is that? Remember, we went to our Power BI service, file, embed report, website or portal, and we have all of this link. However, we need only the numbers after report ID from the night to the end. Okay? I will go back here and I will copy that here. Once that is completed, we need to add our email so we can receive the add-in URL links. Okay. Once we hit submit, we're going to wait a couple of seconds or minutes, and we are going to see in our emails, we should be able to see. Let me show you. Actually, let me share this with you. We're going to see in our emails, we're going to receive an email from Ashley Moose where we have the page URL extension and we have the action button URL extension that we're going to use this in the next step. Now let's go back to the next step. So once we receive the email from Ashley Moose, we have to go back to our application. Here we're going to work with the links that we received from Ashley. So we need to add 2 ads in. I will just show you here. Let me just remove this, because this is an example. So we can work through this together. I need to click add in. Here, I have to use the name that I use in the step 5 in my Blackbaud Sky Ad Builder. You remember the name that I use was, I have it here in my notepad. Constituent revenue dashboard page. It has to be exactly the same. Then from the email from Ashley, I have to copy the first link, the page URL. I will just copy the link and paste it here. I need to select the extension point that it will be navigation page preview, and just click save. So this will complete the building of the first add-in. Now we need to add a second one. We need to create the homepage action link. I will click add. Here we're going to use the name that we use in the Sky Builder in the step 4. That if it was this one, let me copy this. Constituent revenue dashboard. And then here we have to copy the second link, the action link, to navigate the page from the email from Ashley Mo's email. Here. Then we need to select the extension point as well. We go under homepage in development office, homepage, and then we choose development office homepage action. And we click save. Then if I go back to my Blackbaud homepage, I should be able to see the link under add-ins in the right side. Click here, constituent revenue dashboard. And we can see our Power BI dashboard embedded in the solution, which is dynamic. We can interact with them. And yeah, that is how we can embed our dashboards or different key report that we need to share with the team in Blackbaud NXT.
Awesome. So I know we're almost at time, and Kelly, I see your issue, and I'd say most of the time when we are getting those errors, we've copied or pasted those 2 different names for the add-ins incorrectly. So I'll make a pitch. I put this in the chat, but Yesenia was the perfect embodiment of leveraging the community when she was learning this. And so I dropped in the chat her thread that she had, but we encourage you all to create a thread. We want to make sure that, if you have questions as you guys work through these things on your own, we want to make sure that we're here to support you. So don't be shy. Go ahead and put those in, or put your questions in, and let us help you along with the process. So I'm going to put up, I know we're at the end of time, I just put up the survey for feedback. I know we went through this quickly, but you have the slide handouts, you've got the recording, and then you have the community. And our goal is there are 43 people in here. we really want to make sure all 43 of you get to be able to have this goodness inside of your reports. So thanks so much for your time. And I'll take a look here, see if there's any more questions. So Salvador, yes, so anybody who's going to be viewing the report inside of your Blackbaud solution, they need a license to be able to view the report. So depending on the size of your organization, how many people you have going in, you might, there might be some different licensing options that you want to explore for that. And Ravneet, the recordings should be available. We just made some changes today, so you'll now see your recordings tab in your event hub. I think that today's recording should be available in there tomorrow. So thanks everybody, and I hope you have a great rest of your BB Dev Days experience.